ko Rexlandia ho, ko TERF, ko big fucking TERF. Modi order. I'll put that light down. There we go. Morning to everyone on the other side of the world, and welcome to wherever you are. As I said, Rexlandia TERF. Today is International Thank a TERF Day. Magdalene Burns, happy birthday, darling. Rest in power. Rest in power, rest in peace, rest in love. So, in honour of it being one of the original OG boss TERF's birthdays, to commemorate her, but we're here to thank TERFs, the TERFs that are making a difference or have made a difference in this stage of the sex wars, in reality's last stand. Lenny, morena, morning to you over in Wales. It's been a very big week TERF-wise. Still a bit agoraphobic, but it's now combined. That holding pattern is now combined with we've got to do something, and we are. And with Mana Wahine Kōrero wanting to say happy International Thank a TERF Day. Thank you, Magdalene. Thank you, Kelly J, for ripping the scab off in New Zealand and Australia. I think because we're a bit smaller, it's had a bigger effect here, and also the mobbing and rioting and nearly killing of the women that were brave enough to stand up. All the stewards, all the marshals that were on the ground in the day, you know. I won't name you all because I don't know you all, but to each and every one of you, thank you so much for the part you played in keeping Kelly J safe, Rebel Butterfly, Tania, Caitlin, Lindy Lou, you women and the others, Meg, all the stewards who were there, the marshals who were there, and it all just turned to the most peace-loving, inclusive riot this year. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I'd also like to thank JK, as ever. My, you know, these are all big names, but they're still indefatigable. Helen Joyce, Stanaland, all these women, and they've endured years of shit, all of you. And having to, all the women, I want to thank all the secret TERFs that can't speak up right now because they have children to feed and mortgages or rent to pay and such like. I'd like to thank all of them for enduring that shit in your workplace and in your lives where you can't say, oh, fuck off with that big bag of pants. You know, what a pile of rubbish. Lee, Emily Steele, all the women's organisations here, especially Lava, got a soft spot for Lava. I know how disliked and despised and hated lesbians are by, well, society in general, sadly. God, that's a bit of a bold statement, but, you know, our sisters really suffer in the name of this, and it's wrong. The newly peaked, please go and find someone nicer than me. Morning, Leslie, or hello, Leslie. Yes, we must hold the line, and to all those women that are just doing it every day, a little one, reach one, peak one. But, you know, big and small. Amy Souza, your contributions, whether they're big or small, whether it's clicking like or sharing or just, now we're allowed to talk, pardon me, on Twitter about the truth and call men men. Don and Verena, TERF Central in Wellington, fantastic. They just open their house to TERFs. Fantastic. Absolutely magnificent. Thank you so much for being those people in the centre of Wokeville, Wellington, I'm calling it. Kelly, oh my darling, how are you, Stone? So this is Thank a TERF Day, and thank you, Stone, because without you, you know, I wouldn't have as many people on my channel because Stone keeps saying, come and look at me and look at me. And I'm like, look at me, look at you. All the TERFs with channels, all the TERFs, you know, putting content out there to just speak truth to power. and the women's groups, Mana Wahine Kōrero, and as I said, Lava, and Speak Up for Women. You know, they held that event at Parliament. Didn't film it. I don't know why they didn't stream it, but there you go. And along came Big Willie, called himself Willow. I know here we go, but I just thought he was a plain farm girl. You know, little aspect, a little unlucky. Then he started to speak, and it was, oh, fuck off, you're a man, you're a man, you're a man. So thank you very much to Emily Steele and the We Will Speak. That was the chant we said, but it was us there that day, and we did. And I could hear it resounding off the buildings on Molesworth Street, coming back to the beehive. Oh, that's my cat would like to go out. I'm suspecting that little meow, if you heard it. No? Oh, it's hard to tell. He'll let me know. Sorry, team. Oh, sorry, I forgot to make the sign of the hoodie. We all must make the sign of the hoodie because, you know, because we're in the white supremacist gang. I did not see that coming. So, and my sisters, they're the other TERFs I'd like to thank. Only every bit of street action that we've been possibly able to get to. Kia ora, tuakana. Yes, must make the sign of the hoodie where we're all gathered as turvan. Fucking hell, it's ridiculous. Or ridiculous. And yeah, Lee, thank you so much for looking after Emily Steele for us. That was magnificent. Oh, and look, now I'll be able to tell you, there was some putia left over, some money left over. So instead of stealing it, like people have accused me of or intimated or said I need to account to them, even though I'm not in their organisation and nothing to do with them. So I talked with Emily Steele and said, would you mind if the excess was used to buy shopping vouchers or petrol vouchers for the marshals from Auckland who were on the ground. So I have yours, Tanya, and I have a couple here for the women. Some said no thank you, that's a lovely gesture, that's great, but no. The women that did, I'm hoping you bought yourself something nice, some nice kai or a bottle of wine or some brewskis. Treat yourself, some product, I don't know, but it was left over. And so I divided it up, and if there are any marshals that haven't received one and would like one, please get in touch through either Mana Wahine Kōrero, Dailandi, me, and Ting, and through Twitter. We'll get through somehow. So please let me know. There's 2 outstanding. And the rest has been sent to the marshals. Thank you for that. Thank you for your courage. And yeah. So just Wednesday when we finally got to speak, and Plod did their job. Look at that. Look what happens when Plod actually do their job. The Parliamentary Service, it's a good idea to hold it there, I guess, because the Parliamentary Service have ground staff and they come along, and their gates were different sorts but padlocked together. So, you know, if the transies did want to pick them up or anything, they would have had quite a job. And Emily Steele, thank you, my friend, for being such a good sport and coming and playing with Jathan and his carriage band. Oh, good morning. Yes, 10 to 8. Yes, happy Turf Day, all right. Hey. Oh, I've just seen there's a message that's being held for review. Someone's probably said something potentially inappropriate messages. Well, I'm potentially inappropriate. Well, I'm hazardous, aren't I? Socially hazardous and problematic. And oh yes, next week we had a very busy week turfing this week. Yes, we were lucky. We went to lunch with Emily Steele and Lee, and then we had our first garage band practice. Then we went chalking in the morning, and then went in on Wednesday to Parliament. It was nice to be able to talk. I only remembered halfway through, thanks Dylandy. She said, live stream it. I was like, oh, fuck yes, that's right. I've got my phone in my pocket. So, and yes, I know. Yes, it is. It's bad at the minute. But, you know, we rise, Lynn. Still we rise. And we went there on Wednesday, and I hope Emily and Lee tell you about their experiences with Slur, the Wellington, she's standing, the MP. And what a wonderful civic turf you are, Lee, a wonderful idea. It's an election year. If you fancy it, let's get to every candidate in your area and ask them, what is a woman? And whenever they do a public speaking, go and see them, because we're so powerful with our signs that we have to be shut down and such like. But yes, no one's nicer than you. Yes, indeed. Thank you all, and thank you for Turf Island for showing the way. But yes, next time we should just go to Parliament every time, I reckon. Just go there and say, I'm happy. I'd do that every month. If you'd be keen, you know, we could do that. And I reckon if we did that every month, and until election time. Oh, morning, Leslie. Good morning. Bi-monthly? Yep, sure. But it was good, and, you know, women got to speak, and we did get to be heard. That was quite nice. And they didn't like the mockery, because by the end of the, you know, hour, they were becoming steadily more agitated because of the pushback and laughing and, you know, some people, you know, shouting at them. Can't think who. So there were a couple of newly peaked turfs there. Fairly newly peaked, but also that was their first public time out to come and stand in solidarity, even though they have families to feed, mortgages, rent to pay, all those things, the things that are at risk because we're being hounded for our beliefs. It's, you know, we've read the handbooks, you know, they're not meant to be handbooks, but we've read the books about totalitarianism and 1984 and Animal Farm. They're not meant to be manuals, for fuck's sake. So, yeah, I don't understand why, Julie, the mockery and scorn, and that's why Jathan's band might be recording quite regularly, and election songs. I wonder if they'll ban it like Dinocchio did for Planet Key. There was a song put out. I was going to say there was a music put out. There was a song put out called Planet Key, and he had it banned. So this totalitarianism, fascism bullshit isn't new. Not really. It's just that everybody wanted to have a beer with that motherfucker and cook him a fucking sausage on the barbie or something. He was yuck. I used to call him Dinocchio of hair pull because he had, what's that, trichosophobia or whatever. He liked sniffing hair, like the thin man off the Charlie's Angels movies. Yuck. And Cider Rock, my darling, I'd like to thank you for travelling all that way to meet me too. We travel, but we were together, Di and I. And the reason you didn't see my badge on Wednesday is it was under my coat. It was here because it's right here, my Reformers Tree badge. So, yes. I do have a little criticism there of the lack of leadership displayed by the people with the megaphones who organised that chat on Wednesday. When a tranny gets up and talks, shut that motherfucker down. Don't stand around looking like poleaxe fucking steers holding the megaphone up for him. Please. You might not always have a cheeky darkie on hand to just walk up and rip it out of his hand. I know, you got to back yourself. I sound like a wanker, but Jesus fucking Christ, don't let them do that. Pfft. And as I say, I thought he was an ugly farm girl. So he'd shoot me, you know, and then when he started to speak and, you know, to me. So, yeah, no Big Willie. You're a man. You can call yourself Willow, but we know it's Big Willie. Oh, morning, Ian Cook, go off. Please don't encourage me. Yes, we had the Disinformation Project. They're cool. You know, they can't help saying the quiet part out loud. The Disinformation Project here. It is. I do have trouble talking about them without laughing because it is like a bad comedy. And it's just this terrible hit piece about this genocidal emojis. And, you know, because emojis, angry emojis or laughing emojis are actually hate speech, triggering and very offensive, and safe spaces and blankies and binkies for all. And at Kate Hannah, it's risible. It is fucking laughable where they have equated, you know how we're equated with Nazis and white supremacists and that, but it's this big hit piece on how we are obviously the bad guys, but this really is straight out of 1984. The thing that the transies, you know, all these trannies going off, and I can see it on Twitter, I'm coming to that, but in Twitterverse, the Twitterverse, it's a bit of a reflection. It's a warped mirror of what's happening. But the ratios are savage now, and people are allowed to tell the truth. And it's just like this sigh of, oh, thank fuck for that. It's as if the adults are coming back into the building. I don't quite feel like, once again, all over the place, but things going in here for women in New Zealand. We have been speaking out. We're planning on hitting small towns, going to small towns. You go, what's that, son? No. So, yes, sorry about that. So, yeah, my live streams, the last one, my washing machine shit itself. My cat's meowed to go out. No, he wasn't. He's just bored. You know, can't let him out on Saturday night. He's a little kitten. So we are, and there are pockets of resistance here, and there is a hug box for the trannies. It's the government, the police, the judiciary, and the media. But we have, sorry, I got distracted there, but we have 85% of New Zealand believe reality and know that women don't have dicks, and if you cut your dick off, you're just a man with no dick. And I believe that's the crucial thing. Even though they're silent, they are the majority. And it's because the 15% or so that are captured by this are in power and are treading our corridors of power and the judiciary and, you know, making decisions and putting unelected, unvoted on bullshit into children's schools. That gender minorities, the rainbow inside out. Go and have a look at our team on gender minorities, inside out. Fuck. If you look closely on them, you'll see where Jathan comes from. But really, I wouldn't let them look after my cat just based on their pictures. I wouldn't let them near my kitten to look after them. And they are teaching our children this shit in schools. Not as bad as Diane Airshaft, ERSCHAFT. Holy moly, she's got whole slides and slideshows and presentations, this woman, about gender ghosts. Yes, the naughty gender ghosts inside you are fighting you, and you have to use your gender angels that are also inside you to fight and overcome the gender ghosts. Not here, that's in America. So, but we're not too close, you know, not too far behind, I'm afraid. Oh, so yes, we're not giving up. Our gender minorities is a grooming group here. Oh, so, well, grooming, yes, they're groomers. They are approved rainbow educators that are allowed to be in our schools, these randos. Go and have a look at their photos. Holy fuck, they give me nightmares when I look at them. And you know, you can play the, we can always tell. Doesn't matter if we can tell or not, because of every cell. You know, every cell tells. You will never, ever be a woman. You'll never be a man. Cutting your tits off just makes you a woman with no breasts. And, well, the end goal is to get their children and brainwash them and reprogram them. Children are programmable, you know, and they want them. They want them. They're like Gollum. They want our children. It is a war on children. It's a class war too. You know, you'll notice there's a lot of working class TERFs because, fuck mate, we don't have time for these luxury beliefs. We're busy wondering whether we're going to buy shoes this week or food or a little bit of both and buy cheap shoes and have to buy them again, or wait a bit, buy the food and then get the good shoes next week and hope it doesn't rain. Making those sorts of decisions. You know, we're not thinking, well, should we cut Timmy's dick off because he likes dollies, or ooh, we can't have a lesbian in the family. No, you're a little manlet now. Fuck. Come on. So there's lots and lots of working class TERFs, or they're not even TERFs. We're not TERFs as such. We're just believers in reality. No such thing as trans. I really don't. It's just mental illness. And if they're not mentally ill, why are you giving them cancer drugs and wrong sex hormones? Checks notes. And why is it in the DSM-5 as a checks notes mental illness if it's not a mental illness? Is this the Schrodinger's mental illness? I had a bit of fun yesterday on Twitter because Woktard said the TERFs usually call me a pedo, but they're cowards and they do it from behind a closed account or whatever. So I just tweeted to him, pedo, happy now? Coward? I said, well, how can I be a coward? Because I've just, you've said, you know, people with their real name and face won't call you that. Well, I will. If you support the trans agenda, you are pedo adjacent. You support the sterilising of children, the raping of women in jails, and the erasure of lesbians. So you can fucking fuck the way off, all the way. When you get there, fuck off some more. Oh, sign of the hoodie. Got to remember to make the sign of the hoodie because we're all white supremacists. It's like, and we can't, you know, we've got the alternative media and the, you know, we've got other sources, and here, because I just can't, you know, I can't do with that. And his name's Devon Minette, and he is Lord fucking Neckbeard or something. And I said, you've got a picture of a dog in your profile and you're worried about anonymity of people. Yep, we make the sign of the hoodie. Oh, hell. I feel like we're Dumbledore's army. But yeah, Twitter has changed and the world has changed. It's going to take a while, but yeah, there is a... And it's like the backlash, when it comes, it's coming. It's coming. It's not, you know... Oh, I might have some trannies watching. There could be a couple of hate watchers because there's messages held for review. I don't know whether it would be there. Those sort of messages tend to get through. It's probably a TERF saying only women get pregnant. How dare you? How very dare you? You know. So I've got to go and pick my sister up now and my neighbour. So thank you, TERFs. All the TERFs. In Australia, you know who you are. Stone and Michelle Uriero are my favourites, but there's Sal Grover fighting the good fight. there's, look, my mind's gone blank. Well, that's what happens when you indulge and entertain yourself on a Saturday night. It's 4:20 every time. It's a class issue, and we are going to save the world. We are. I know I sound like a wanker, I don't care. But it is going to be the overwhelming majority of people who are just saying, fuck your pronouns and no. So thank you for joining me. Happy Thank a Turf Day. Go and thank your local turf and give her or him a hug. Mwah. I'm thank you to all you blokes fighting, but usually the only one I want to really love up and say is Mr. Menno. Ka aroha. Next time, people. Never surrender.